Hey YouTube, Dan Otto here, coming at you with my third Great League team that is focusing on potential Pokemon for the Toronto Regionals. And I started with Swampert and Noctowl because they were on all the top teams. They cover each other's perfectly, right? Because you got Swampert, super weak to grass. Noctowl covers that as a flyer. Noctowl is going to have problems with like the rock type Pokemon, deals with Swampert, right? Easy pairing. So I wanted a third. I could have just done a safe swap, like Sableye or something, whatever. I use Sableye. So I was going through all the Pokemon that in the PvPoke rankings and in that have been used in the past for the regionals on the top teams. And Shadow Lapras was on there. And I'm like, okay, it will make you double weak to grass, but you have at least the ice shards, right? And that will do okay. And it's bulky enough to deal with like the rock too, with like the surf and stuff like that. So I'm gonna test it out. And it's like, it's sneaky. It's interesting because Lapras is a little tankier, but not in the Great League because Great League is filled with level 50. And then it doesn't hit super hard, but the Shadow does kind of hit really hard. And then it's kind of weak to like the main meta and like medicham and trevenant to a certain extent too, right? So let's get into battles. It still had quite a lot of play. I was quite surprised. And then Swampert to Swampert, Noctowl is Noctowl, right? So Swampert, you're basically, as long as you don't see a grass or Altaria on the lead, you're fine. You're going to spam these combo here. Swampert and Noctowl are a good combo because Swampert is great at getting shields and putting on shield pressure, right? So they threw a Psychic there, so I'm probably going to get to 2 Hydros if the game does not do what it's been doing for weeks now. And they definitely got him way more counters than I got Mudshots there. I got 3 Mudshots, and I think they got like 5 or 6 counters in the ending because I think they throw like an Ice Punch here, and I'm like, there's no way you got that many counters in, but I got like 2. Yeah, I got 2 in, and so I was pissed at that moment. But I do have a Noctowl, and I've seen Noctowls can take Ice Punches, as we've seen in the regionals. So I'm just going to build up here. Take the Ice Punch. Noctowl is pretty tanky, loaded with energy. What comes in here? A Wall Rain. So I'm just going to go, I'm going to do chip damage here. And then I'm going to do 2 chip damage. Or yeah, I'm just going to come straight in Lapras, and they switch into Diggersby, which is just kind of like a blind swap. I guess Diggersby just has no play against Noctowl, so that's why I kind of blind swapped. But what this does is, again, I can take moves. I may shield this Earthquake, because there's no reason to not try and take me out here. And now what this allows me to do is just farm all the way down here. And the Wall Rain has to throw Earthquake, and I don't even think one Earthquake is going to take me out from this range. So I'm just going straight Skull Bash, because now I don't think an Earthquake takes me out. And so now they're going to need to shield, grab the last shield. And they're going to need to throw probably 2 Earthquakes now, because one Earthquake is going to take me out. The Icicle Spear is now resisted, so they're probably going to need to go for a second one. Are they going to get there? I basically banked the move, thinking that they're not going to get... I don't know if they're going to get there. It was going to be close. So what I thought is that, first of all, Noctowl still hits like a truck there, as you could see, and force them... Worst case scenario, I forced them to throw here, and then I would have got to a Skull Bash to take them out. But with Noctowls being like so tanky and pretty fast on the wing attack, sky attack, it's a good combo. So Empoleon here, this is one you kind of bait the Earthquake, but I think I know I'm using a non-Shadow. I usually use a Shadow Swampert, but I'm already using a kind of Shadow Lapras, so I don't want to go double Shadow here. And I always bait the Earthquake even though I'm running Sludge Wave. But you can win straight Hydro Cannon Mud Shot if you're Shadow. I don't know if that's the case with non-Shadow, but I got 1 shield. I'm just going to do chip damage here because, again, Manabus is pretty tanky, and I'm going to probably build and bank a move. So the problem with this Lapras is it's tanky, but like the Shadow obviously hurts you a lot. So now the second foul play from Mandibuzz is not really an attack heavy Pokemon, right? It's still putting me in the yellow, so 1 more is going to take me out. So that's part of the trade-off with Lapras. The positive is, man, you are really heavy hitter here for what is otherwise not a super heavy hitting Pokemon. I'm probably going to get 2 Surfs off here because they may try and farm me down here because Ice Shard and Surf is resisted. But like, look at this chip damage on a resisted Empoleon here. And that's kind of, and now they go for the farm down and I go for the farm and I take them out. So now all their energy is gone. I get to see what's in the back. It's a Ninetales, and this is where this combo sort of, these two, again, I don't know how I don't bring Swampert, quite honestly, to this. The problem is like there's trevenant everywhere. It's such a glass cannon, right? You get so much. I could show one, and I can actually take a wither ball here too because I'm so tanky. But I don't even know if I need to because I'll get to a move. Swampert is just so spammy, and I think I've already mentioned the damage per energy on is something like 2.2, 2.4, which is insane damage per energy, especially for such a low Pokemon, like a low energy move. Getting that much damage per energy is insane. So I took it out. I'm down 1 shield, which is okay. And is this where I misread the team? I assumed a modified version of Grass Hole, right? Skarmory lead, Steel lead, Venusaur came in immediately, even though you knew I had to have an answer for Venusaur. So I'm like, this is probably a Grass Hole team. So I'm going to come in with Lapras. I'm going to show because it could be a Brave Bird, assuming that it's Grass Hole. But it ended up being Swampert, which is still okay because, again, I'm Shadow, they're Shadow. These Ice Shards and Surfs are going to hurt a lot. So unless I get hit with like a counter user, or as you're going to see in the next loss here, yeah, I think it's the next battle. I think I only put in 4 battles, I think, here. Yeah. I farm down and then I'm okay here. The next battle, I have a very obvious weakness in the back, which you can see is a rock. So what happens in this next battle, I'll just serve it up here for you guys, is Swampert lead, mirror match. We end up just mirroring each other and going down at the same time, and then they have a Glaring Stunfisk in the back. And I just can't outpace on the Lapras. So they take me out, and then they get a move off on the Noctowl too. Even though Noctowl could take like 3 rock slides, which is crazy. So the problem with this team is if I were to bring Swampert, which I'm leaning towards it because just like the fast move damage is insane. And even in like, again, meta, what's the main meta? Medicham, Glaring Stunfisk, azumarill, Swampert, decent there. Terrible against Trevenant, terrible against Altaria. So if I'm going to bring those two, I need to build against, if I'm going to bring Swampert, I need to build against those two with at least like 3 other Pokemon minimum, right? But so Swampert is I'm leaning towards bringing it. Noctowl, Lapras is an interesting one in the fact that if I want to bring Swampert, I don't know if I can bring Lapras. Like, it's a nice Pokemon, but like weak to rock here. These Surfs, as you're going to see, do a decent amount, but not enough. And it just has too many weaknesses, right? It like Swampert's just weak to grass. Lapras is weak to fighting. It's weak to electric. It's weak to rock. Having that water ice typing definitely kind of limits it a bit. So like, again, it's not that I didn't do anything here. I did take it down to the red. They will take me out, and I think they get to a move to throw rock slide on Noctowl. I do think I farmed down all the way, but I don't think it matters in the ending. And then Noctowl is now starting to be everywhere because I think people are realizing that like it takes 3. Oh, it's Skarmory. So yeah, a steal in the back is not good. And it takes more than 2 Shadow Balls I found out here to take out a Skarmory. Noctowl is an interesting one because everyone is now using it for 2 reasons. One, it's an instant wall to Trevenant, right? Grass Ghost, instant wall. Sableye, you still take neutral from Foul Place, but you wall the Shadow Claw. Lickitung, you resist the lick, right? So it's a normal typing that takes care of like all those Pokemon in the middle. And you saw that it takes 3 rock slides to take out Noctowl, right? So if you keep it away from ice, it's pretty bulky enough that you should be able to hang in there with a lot of Pokemon, unless like you get like a Bastiodon, right? There's nothing you can do against a Bastiodon. Wall Rain, you can do some chip damage, but it's still like a losing matchup. But for the most part, you hang in there with a lot of Pokemon, and that's why I think Noctowl is now starting to show up on a lot of teams, and definitely one that I will consider using. So 3 down. What day is it? Tuesday. So 1 more to go for Wednesday. And then Thursday there's a switch over in league, so I'll cover the new league and teams and stuff like that, unless I find like a good other team that I want to showcase on Thursday. But because I think this is the last week of Great League. I think there's like 4 weeks of there's like a couple specialty cups that have Great League, like 1500 CPs, but there's no Great League left in the last 4 weeks. The last week is like a Master League Open and a specialty cup, which is crazy. So the schedule is crazy this year, although this is the 3rd straight week of Great League, so we can't complain too much. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments below if you have a Pokemon that you think I should try for regionals, right? That can deal with a lot of the meta. I'm interested to see what you guys are finding is useful in the like a sneaky pick in the Open Great League. So that's it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.